Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this edition of Kominka Kast podcast. It is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. Right now, I'm just relaxing on my bed in my bedroom, which is normally where people keep their beds. And I'm waiting for a video to finish rendering, which happens to be the part one of two for the Ninja ramp that I designed and installed in the Doma. I didn't originally intend to build a Ninja style ramp there, but I wanted to do something simple and not too difficult, something that I could put together quickly, that would be efficient, convenient for me, and something that could be built with mostly scrap that I already have here at the house. And I was able to do that. I only had to buy some extra screws from the hardware store. It cost me about $8. But other than that, all of the other boards I already had lying around, so I was able to get it done. That should be about a 20-minute render. And while I'm waiting on that, I figured that I would go ahead and seize this opportunity to do something else for you guys and gals. Mainly because a couple of days ago, day before yesterday, I made a boo-boo, and I did something that you should never, never, ever, ever do. But, it's just one of those things where sometimes you just don't follow your rule one time, and then you get hurt. So that's basically what happened, and because of that, it's got my foot a little sore, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do too much just between now and the next day or two. It depends on how sore my foot is. But I am going to go to the hospital tomorrow just to have them check it, make sure it's okay. And if you're wondering what happened, it goes like this. As some of you might know from watching my videos, because I've mentioned it a couple of times, my water pump has some kind of very slow leak somewhere, and so it loses prime. That's pressure. The pressure just slowly goes down, and then whenever you turn the water on, the pressure just goes down and down and down. So what you have to do is go to the pump, which is just inside the door in the Doma, and open the valve while it's running and let the pressure rebuild, just build back up. And whenever it builds back up, you can close the valve, and then it shuts off and everything is good to go. Well, one of the reasons why I really wanted to hurry up and get that ramp installed in the Doma is so that it was easier for me to go out there. You probably know by looking at some of the recent videos that I did with Jake that he and I tore out the entire floor, that old rotten floor of the Doma, and the back room, which is going to be the bathroom. We completely tore all that out. And so when you step down from the Genkan into the Doma, it's a big step. For most people, I would say most people can't step down that far. Jake and I can because we're taller, we have longer legs, but even for us, it's not easy to do. So getting that platform and ramp, that Ninja ramp, down to the Doma makes it easier for me, or has made it easier for me to get to that water pump. I can just go straight through from here if I'm in the bedroom or wherever. I can just walk straight down that ramp into the pump. But 2 days ago, I went out there and instead of putting on my shoes, I just wore my socks, which is not a big deal because from here to there is just basically wood. And it's relatively clean. There's nothing dangerous on the floor or on the wood ramp, and if there were, I could see it. However, I made two mistakes. One mistake was, I mean, first of all, it would have been better for me to put my shoes on, but that's not the main reason I got hurt. The main reason I got hurt is because my reading glasses, I had my reading glasses on because I'd just been looking at my phone. And whenever I'm walking around, sometimes I have a tendency to just pull them down my nose so that I don't have to keep taking them off and putting them on. And the problem with that is that anything that's directly down at your feet is going to be completely blurry because these glasses are just for reading things up very close and they don't help me see. They actually hinder my sight beyond a couple of feet. So I went down to the end of the ramp and I realized, from the ramp I can't reach the pump, and the dome of floor had not been swept. It was very dirty and I didn't want to get my socks dirty, so I looked around for one of those big blocks of wood to step on, and you can probably see where this is going. I went to step on one of those blocks and it just so happens that a nail was sticking up, a big nail. Now, the good thing is that while it did puncture my foot and hurt my foot, I didn't step all the way down, even though the nail was sticking out more than an inch. It was sticking out. It could have really been bad if I had stepped all the way down, but as soon as it came and my foot came down to hit it, I immediately pulled my foot back because I hadn't put all my weight on that foot, and so I was able to pull it back, but it still hurt, still drew blood. And I immediately cleaned it up and put some, I do keep antibacterial stuff here for such things, for cuts and scratches and that sort of thing. I mean, you have to when you're doing, everyone should have it at their house anyway, but especially in a house like this when you're doing a lot of work and stuff and there's potential for injury, you have to keep things. So I have bandages, band-aids, and antiseptic, stuff like that. I even have some hydrogen peroxide here. I have a variety of things just in case. So I immediately went straight to the bedroom, cleaned it up as best I could. It was bleeding, but not too bad. And I spent a lot of time cleaning it, just to try to get it flushed out as much as possible. And after I dried it off, I put a couple of band-aids on it. And I went ahead and found out where I can go to the hospital. It's not a major rush, if you. I haven't had a tetanus shot in a long time, so I'm gonna go take care of that tomorrow, actually. If you don't know a lot about this sort of thing, infection and tetanus and all of that, there's not like a huge rush. You don't have to like quickly just go straight down to the hospital or anything, but it is important to get down there relatively quickly. It was closed today, so it was impossible to go there today. And actually, yesterday I had a couple of subscribers come out, and that happened while they were on their way over here. I didn't say anything to them about it. So the whole time they were here, I was kind of in pain with my foot, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to cancel, and especially since they were about to leave. But actually, it was not too bad. Like I said, I mean, it did puncture the skin and it hurt, but as soon as I kind of got it cleaned up and my subscriber friends arrived, I didn't even think about it, even though I was trying to take care of my foot, stay kind of off of it. Luckily, it was not the ball of my foot, so I was able to kind of mostly stay off of it, and I wasn't really thinking about it most of the time. But anyway, I spent today editing this one video and doing paperwork. Oh my gosh, tons of paperwork for my student visa here in Japan, and that is pretty annoying. I can imagine that it's even more annoying for young students who will be or are coming to Japan for the first time and are dependent upon their parents. I'm sure that there's a lot more stuff that they have to do to fill out and send over. It's pretty nuts. But I finally got that finished. and was able to spend the rest of the day editing this video. Finally got that done. It's rendering now, of course. And it just so happens I was able to sell something on eBay. So it's been a very busy, tiring day, but productive. And I have a couple of things that I need to take care of in Saijo tomorrow, which is about a 35 to 40-minute drive from here. I have to stop by the municipal government office and, of course, go to the hospital to get my foot checked out and ask them about a tetanus shot and all of that sort of thing. So anyway, I'll just do all of those things at the same time. I also need to mail off this figure that I sold, this anime figure, and so I'll do all of those things at the same time. But I'm going to be relaxing and trying to stay off my foot as much as possible over the next couple of days, just to let it heal faster. I need it to be faster as soon as possible. But the good thing is I also need to study Japanese, so it'll be a good excuse for me to just stay off my feet and study. Anyway, sorry for that long, boring intro. But this is a vlog podcast. So, of course, there's going to be an update about what's going on here. I just wanted to let you know not only the update about the situation, but also to say thank you for your support, your continued support. Right now, my channel it's creeping closer and closer to 900 subscribers at this time. And I do appreciate everyone who's been watching and following my channel, whether you're new or you've been around for a long time. Thank you. Thank you for your support. And that means likes, comments, shares, positive words of support, donations. All of these things are appreciated and definitely useful for me. So thank you. As far as what's coming up for the future, there is something related to my, I guess you could say, the monetization of my channel. For those of you who don't know, you don't get advertisement revenue just because you have 1,000 subscribers. It doesn't work that way. You have to have 1,000 subscribers plus, over the past year, 365 days, you also have to have more than 4,000 watch hours from your viewers. Right now, I'm less than 50 watch hours away from 4,000, so I'm like right at the door. I'm knocking at the door. So that's probably no issue. But the subscriber count is just really slow. And so I think once I got to about 750, for between there and where it's at now, which today when I looked just a few minutes ago, it's about 870. Sounds like a big increase, but it has kind of taken a while to get that increase. It's been very slow. However, the reason I'm telling you this is because I've been digging around through my analytics. For anyone out there who doesn't actually make YouTube videos and doesn't know it, there's another app, another segment of YouTube called Studio, YouTube Studio. And in Studio, you can do a variety of things. And that's also where you will go to like upload your videos and, do some editing, various things, add information, captions, subtitles, etc., as well as a variety of other things. However, there's a section inside the YouTube Studio which is all about analytics, data, and stuff like that. It tells me some information about basically who's watching my channel, where they're located. It's not very specific, it'll just say maybe gender and country location. It's not going to tell me city location or IPs or anything like that. It's not that detailed. I would be scared if it were that detailed. They probably can be, actually, but at least they're not giving it to the end user. They're not giving it to me or anyone else. However, when I was looking at the analytics recently, I realized something, and I wanted to share it with all of you because I think that it it speaks to the quality of subscribers that I have. Because although I don't have a large amount of subscribers right now, it appears that I have a very solid core of subscribers who really commit to watching a tremendous amount of the the minutes of the hours of videos that I post, and I appreciate that. Let me tell you what I saw so you can understand why I'm mentioning this and why I appreciate it. Whenever I post a new video, let's say that maybe it gets 200 views within a few days. For some reason, most of my videos will get anywhere between 170 and maybe 250 views. It's not very much. Generally, within the first few days, it's a lot more than it was a year ago. But between a year ago and now, that hasn't really changed too much. However, when I look at the analytics, it tells me out of all of those views, it tells me how many of those people were new viewers and how many of those people were subscribers. And the first thing that stuck out to me was if I have a video that, like I said, let's just make it easy, okay? Let's say that I have a video and it gets 100 views. Typically, around 70% maybe of the views on that video will be actual non-subscribers, new viewers, people who haven't subscribed to my channel, and possibly most of them haven't seen my channel yet. So most of my actual views are coming from non-subscribers. However, when I look at the other data that shows hours viewed, how many minutes / hours are being viewed by non-subscribers versus subscribers, what I see is that more than 75% of the hours watched on my channel are coming from subscribers. So that means that even though the number of non-subscribers watching or clicking on my videos is much higher than the subscribers that I have that are watching, the actual bulk of the watch hours that are happening on my channel are coming from you guys, from my subscribers. Now, if you're listening to this and you're not a subscriber, I would encourage you to subscribe, not just because you're helping me out or whatever, but because obviously if you've listened to this point, you're interested in this channel's topic or what we're about here, or what I'm about, I guess you could say. But maybe what we're about, because it is really kind of a community. It's becoming more and more of a community, and so I feel I really can't just speak for myself so much anymore like I used to. I feel much less isolated than I was before, as people become more and more interactive, engaged with me on my channel. So, yeah, if you like what we're doing here, it's of interest to you at least a little bit, then I would recommend and ask and appreciate that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click on the bell icon, which will tell you every time I have a new video uploaded, and I'd appreciate that. But back to my subscribers, people who are already subscribed, I just want to say again, this particular data that I came across and I was thinking about reminded me that I should, once again, if I haven't made it clear, to express my gratitude to all of you and just say thank you for being there for me in all of the different ways, the various different ways that you have been. And going down the road, I I really feel like I want to make some changes to my life and my channel going forward, so that things improve here and become more useful, more interesting for not only all of you, but for an even larger audience and even myself. I don't want to pigeonhole myself too much into one particular niche or topical area, but I also don't really want to do what a lot of other people are doing. And that's something that I would definitely appreciate your thoughts and comments about. Because right now I can look at my recorder and I can see that this particular podcast is already over 21 minutes. And I can safely say that absolutely for sure that 98, 99% of the people still listening right now are already subscribers. And so that's kind of why I saved this part to last. I gave you all of my updates in the beginning that probably weeded out the bulk of the people who clicked on this video for whatever reason. And now the people who are listening, you know who you are. You're my solid core subscribers. So here's I need to maybe do some mouth exercises because I'm not talking properly at the moment. But anyway, what I would like for you to do is listen to what I'm about to say and seriously give it some thought. Don't necessarily just jump on the keyboard and give a quick answer. I'd like for you to really consider it and give me something thoughtful that you really believe could benefit the channel and what I'm wanting to do here. And what I'll do first is kind of tell you how I feel. And then after that, I'll wrap it up and give you an opportunity to kind of sit down whenever you have the time. You can either post in the comments below the video, which would be great. Or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then you can click on my About page, my main YouTube page, and click on the About section. You'll see my email there. It's engrishvira@gmail.com. And Engrish, ENGRISH, Vira, VIRRA, @gmail.com. You can just send me an email. Either way is fine. I don't mind. But here's the thing. I do want my channel to be useful and, if possible, entertaining, of course. But I have a problem first of all, I don't like to misrepresent what is going on in reality, okay? You're never going to see me make stuff that's purposefully misleading or trying to present a rosy idea of this house or buying an Akiya or living in Japan or whatever. I'm never going to present the everything is roses, rose-colored glasses type thing. I'm not like that. I have seen so many YouTube channels and YouTubers coming across like that, and they have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, or even millions of subscribers, and life is always just fun. And even if they talk about something that's like a negative thing, they even do it in a humorous way, so it doesn't really seem bad and whatever. But no place is perfect. And so I want to make sure that I'm always honest, and I have been, and I'm proud of that. But it doesn't always make for good content. And so, because I'm not doing the ridiculous stuff, if you see me make thumbnails that look ridiculous, it's because I'm making fun of other people's thumbnails. But I can tell you this, that my channel, I feel that it has been, how do I word this? I wanted it to have a much larger scope than just simply focused on an old house renovation. To me, this is an important part of my life and an important part of my channel. It is a focus. But the name of my channel is Akiya Kominka Life, and it's not just about life here in a former Akiya or Kominka. It's also about my life and life in Japan. It's a lot of things wrapped up into one channel. However, I'm not made of money. I'm not made of money, and I'm not borrowing money to do renovations, and there's not stuff going on here every single day. There are other reasons for that as well, including my health condition. I don't always have the ability to just go. Sometimes I need to rest. Still dealing with kidney cancer, Still gotta go see the doctor every month. And now I'm preparing for school. It's life, it's reality. That's what's going on. Plus, I am dating, and I'm hoping that I can finally find a nice, supportive wife, a nice, loving, supportive wife who understands what I'm doing and can be there for me as I'm there for her. And so all of these things are connected to my life, and I don't necessarily want to cut any of those things out of my channel. So what I would like for you to suggest to me is, imagine that you are like a manager, and I paid you rather, to take a look at what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, and then consider what changes you would make in order to not only make it more appealing to the viewers and to gain more viewers, but to also suggest some, maybe not necessarily extreme, but almost extreme changes. So really nothing is off the table, okay? There are some things that cannot be changed. One is, I have this house. I live in this house, at least for now. And I'm in Japan. I'm applying for language school. This is my home. And so I have no plan to go back to the US or anything like that. So radical changes like, go back to the US and do something there, or go to another city in Japan or whatever, these are too radical. These ideas are too radical. However, considering some of the things that can't be changed, everything else is open and on the table. So think about my channel, think about the branding, think about the name of the channel, the topics of the channel, the content of the channel. What do you like to see? What do you want to see more of? What do you think would draw more people in? What do you think more people would want to see? What would cause the views to turn into subscribers? The viewers into subscribers? Anything and everything goes. And I know that you guys aren't experts, but neither am I. Not as it relates to making a phenomenal YouTube channel. However, I do think that each of you knows what you like and what you don't like. And of course, I can't please everybody, but I can definitely take into consideration the similar opinions of the whole, and then think about the path that I want for myself in my life and what I'm wanting to do. And maybe when I put those things together, it will kind of gel and show me a more focused door to focus on. A more focused door to focus on. I'm a wordsmith. I guess a more focused door to go through and turn my channel into, if that makes sense. But anyway, I guess that's pretty much it. I hope this has made some sense. I didn't script any of this, which you probably can tell, but I have been thinking about it a lot. And like I even told Danny, I talked to him recently, and I told him that I have been even chatting to the AI about this. The Bing AI, it knows about my YouTube channel, and it can actually get some information from my YouTube channel and give me some advice and opinions. Some of its ideas are a little ridiculous, and so I take it with a grain of salt. But it does make some other good points, and I decided that I'd be a little more open-minded and reach out to all of you and give you the opportunity to express what you think. Because like I said, the channel is kind of beyond the point of it's just about me. Even though I'm so far behind what some other people have already done, it's still got a tight-knit community. So what I would like to know is, on one hand, a more successful channel with more viewership, more subscribers, etc. But on the other hand, something of value that really does pack a punch and provide something that the other Japan YouTube channels aren't providing. What are your thoughts and feelings about that? That's what I'd like to know. And I'll wrap this up with another solid thank you and nice big helping of gratitude. All of you are appreciated more than you know, and I really do wish you all the best. I will see you in my next video, and until then, as always, I'd like to say arigatou gozaimasu, thank you, and ja ne.